Hi everybody, I'm back. My name's Keisha. In my last video, I was talking about white privilege. Now, in this video, I will be talking about Christianity, the religion, and why I gave it up. So let's get started. Once again, like I said in my last video before I got off, I was saying that, I am not atheist and that I don't believe there is a God. I believe there is a God because I had a lot of experience with God and I've seen people get healed in front of my eyes. So trust me, I believe there is a God. I felt God and everything. So I'm just going to explain why I gave up the religion. I have facts. I did my research and everything. So I'm ready. First, I'm going to tell y'all my personal life growing up as a Christian. A little bit, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. And then I'm going to get into the facts on why I actually gave up Christianity. So let's get started. Um, my mom, she was a single parent. I have three brothers and two sisters. She died in 2014, a year after I graduated. God rest her soul. My mom, she was a hardcore Christian. I mean, hardcore. She was in it really, really deep. She believed in power of prayer. She believed in healing. She had so much faith. I never seen a person that had so much faith like my mother than her. I never seen nobody else had so much faith than her. It's crazy. Um, but she wasn't always a Christian though. She was in the world. But she have got saved later on. Thank God she got saved. Um, Growing up in Christianity, I hated it because I feel like it was forced upon me and my siblings, me and my brothers and sisters. I feel like it was forced on us by our mother. Um, she was she was like, so strict and she was so dedicated into the religion. And I guess it made me to a point where I hated it because I felt like I was forced into this religion. You feel me? So, I have a lot of positive effects from Christianity, and I have a lot of negative effects from Christianity. Um, she used to have us all come together and pray, and sometimes she used to have us pray one by one, or she prayed. Mainly, she prayed because we didn't feel like praying. But anyways, when she prayed, I'm gonna say like an hour or two. She prayed so long. Oh my gosh. It was funny though. It was funny. Like she prayed so long and like to a point where me and my brothers and sisters we used to fall asleep while she was praying. And she used to get mad. She used to wake us up, say, "Don't sleep while I'm praying." She said that's rude. Or and my sister, I remember one of my sisters, she used to make me laugh on purpose during the prayer so I can get in trouble. And my mama always yell at me, say it's disrespectful. Don't be laughing on why a person is praying. It's rude. She said you're a hindrance. She always say that. I was like, wow. And I remember, yeah, we used to fall asleep. And I remember we even tried to sneak away. She used to catch us sometimes. Sometimes she didn't. Sometimes my brothers and sisters, they would run off. And it only left me with my mama. And remind you, I'm the youngest of my siblings. I'm the youngest. And I'm always had to be the one stuck with her at the end when she prays. And when she opened her eyes, we all be gone, except for me. I'd be the only one there. Sometimes I get away with it and leave, but I was like, wow, I was the only one that was ride or die and actually stand by my mama while she was praying those 2 hours or an hour or so. And it was crazy. It was hilarious though. It was hilarious. And I remember that she used to go in a closet and she used to pray. And you can hear her clapping. Her claps was so hard. And you can hear her pray and praising God and stuff like that. And she believed in praying in the closet because she felt like it was a sacred place. And she felt like, the enemy can't hear your prayer. And she felt like that, the enemy won't hinder your prayer if you're in a sacred place of praying. You got to have a secret place to pray. and stuff like that. So you won't be interrupted or your prayer won't be hindered by the enemy. That's what she believed. And she feel like it's also like a confession place where you confess your sins and stuff like that. Tell God your sins. Tell God how you feel and stuff like that. So, and also she used to give us pots and pans, and like we used to go around the house beating the pots and pans. We used to praise God. I ain't gonna lie, it was fun. It was fun doing that. And she's saying this defeats the enemy. You gotta praise God while you're down, and you gotta praise God while you're up. She was saying you gotta praise God through everything. And that's how you get your blessing. So, we used to go around the house with pots and pans, bam, and it was fun and everything. And I remember she used to order this oil and this holy water. She used to order it on TBN, this TV network called TBN, and it still airs to this day. Um, you can find it on Channel One. I think it's on Channel One, and if you don't have cable, I believe you can get it too. And you can get it on basic cable. You can give it on everything basically. You would not miss that channel. I'm telling you. But anyway, she used to love that channel, and she used to order oil from it. She used to anoint us with oil. She used to put crosses on our forehead. And I remember she used to put crosses all through the house. And you would see cross stains on the walls. Like it'd be dried up oil. It'd be like dripping a little bit too, but it's dry. And it'd be dried up oil on the house, on our walls in the house everywhere. You would see oil every single where because she used to anoint the house or whatever. And she and then honey, if she ran out of oil, honey, she used to take some olive oil or some Crisco oil, honey. She used to pray up that oil, and she used to anoint us with it and use it in the house. And she ran out of her holy oil. She was serious, honey. It was serious. For real. And like the olive oil and the Crisco oil used to break off our foreheads. We used to get bumps, acne bumps. It was funny. It was like, oh my God, like this oil is breaking us out. And we used to reject it. We used to like, we don't want that on us. And she was like, y'all better come get this oil on y'all and stuff like that. We was like, no, that shit breaks us off. Like, what the hell? Like, it was that funny. She was so dedicated into her religion, and with the oil and stuff like that. And she used to love watching TBN, and they be having TV preachers on there all the time. She loved watching Paula White, Juanita Byams, Carfield Dollar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. All them TV preachers, Bishop T.D. Jakes. Matter of fact, we used to go to his church in Dallas, Texas. We used to go to his church all the time, his big congregation or whatever. We used to go there all the time and watch him preach. He was a good preacher. And she used to order their books. She loved ordering their books. She used to buy, they used to send her antiques, these little statues and stuff like that. And boy, she collect them all and have them all on this counter. Like she was dedicated, and she used to send them offering and stuff like that. And every day she'll watch the TV. We only had two TVs in the house, and my brothers, they had their own TV. Me and my sisters, we didn't have no TV in our room. So we had to share the TV with our mom in the living room. And boy, and she had it on that channel all the time, and she would have it blasting. You would hear nothing but different preachers talking and preaching so loud. So she had the volume up so loud. And like we didn't have a choice but to watch it. You feel me? Like we didn't have a choice because we didn't have nothing else to do unless we went out with our homegirls or somewhere, our friends come over, and then we bopped. But other than that, we didn't have no choice but to sit and watch TBN all day. It was annoying. And she and I'm telling you, also she used to blast gospel music every morning. Oh my God. You would hear these little high heels in the kitchen. You heard cabinets slam. You would smell the power of Ponzo, honey, all through the house. Honey, you would hear that gospel music coming from your ears. I'm telling you, we used to hear that every day. And sometimes she used to play it all day. Every day. And it was so annoying. Like my brothers and sisters, they was getting so mad. They left the house. They stayed gone for hours until she actually, turned it off. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, we had to deal with listening to gospel music all day. And she loved her gospel music, honey. She loved her Kurt Franklin. She loves her Mary, her CC Winans, her Yolanda Adams. She loved all them people. I was like, Lord, she used to jam it. And I ain't gonna lie, we all used to jam and dance with her and stuff like that. It was fun. It was fun. Like I said, it was positivity and Christian, in the religion Christianity. And for church, oh my God, she used to wake us up early in the morning, and she used to make us dress up. We had to dress nice. She didn't play that Cleveland shit. She was like, no, cover up. She didn't play that. And we had to wear dresses past our knees. We couldn't wear no short coochie cutters. We couldn't wear none of that. She did not play that. My mom, she was so dedicated into it. And that's all my mama would wear was dresses and skirts. That's all my mother would wear. You would never see her in no pants and no shorts. She did not believe in that. She believed it was revealing. She believed it's trifling. She don't believe it's Christian like. She don't believe it's ladylike. She didn't believe in wearing pants. Even in the wintertime, she even wore pants. Like, we could not get her to wear pants. Even other Christians offer her pants. Like, I bought you some pants, Miss Deborah, and stuff like that. She would not wear them, honey. Them pants would be in that closet. I'm telling you, you cannot get her to wear pants. I remember one time she actually wore some pants. And oh my gosh, men at church was going crazy because she was thick. And they was like, wow, that they expect her to wear some pants. And she was getting kind of criticized too, like, about wearing pants. So she went back to skirts. I was like, man. But yeah, she wore skirts even in the wintertime, honey. She wore stockings and some boots, and she was ready to go, honey. She even wore them in the wintertime. That's how bad it was. It was crazy. It was crazy. And she used to dress me into those fancy little girl dresses that itch. Oh my God, I couldn't stand those dresses. And I used to wear them stockings, and with them little sandals with the heel, and then I had to wear the socks that spreads out the little lace around the sock. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's how she had me dressing when I was a little girl. I couldn't stand dressing like that. The dress itch, it was tight. I was not comfortable at all whatsoever. And to a point she dressed me like that all the time. And I even went to school in those type of dresses. That's all the type of clothes I had, was those dressy dresses. And my sister, one of my sisters finally convinced her, Mom, you need to let her wear pants. She's in school. And my mom, she thought about it. She was like, okay. She finally put me in some pants and stuff like that. I was like, finally, I felt like a little kid. You know what I was saying? Like, I didn't feel free in them fancy dresses and stuff like that. I was so excited when I finally got me some pants. Boy, I was strutting. And they was laughing at me. But I was like very excited because I got tired of wearing those dresses, those fancy dresses and everything. But yeah, it was crazy. But like I said, it was good effects, growing up as a Christian. Like I said, I'm not wowed. I'm not out here in the streets. I don't have a lot of babies. Mama, her strictness in the Christianity, it really did put a positive effect in my life. It made me the woman I am today. And I'm telling you, I know half the Bible. I'm telling you, my mama, she knew the whole Bible, the scriptures and everything. If you tell her about your day, honey, she'll give you a scripture for it. She'll have you read the Bible and tell you to pray. She'll give you scripture for every little problem you're going through. I'm telling you. And another thing I hated about Christianity, growing up into it, is like my mom, she used to pay tithes, and she sent off tithes to the TBN network. And and I feel they making so much money off of their, you know, visitors that's there already, and she's sending her money out to these people and like making them more rich. And while we was poor and we was struggling, I could not stand that. Me and my brothers and sisters, we got so mad. Like, she was so dedicated into paying her tithes. She felt like she had to pay her tithes because she believed in sowing seed and giving back to God, to help build the congregations, the churches and stuff like that, to keep it going, to pay the electricity and stuff. That's where the money goes. And she feels like, she will receive money back. You sow seed, you will receive, a harvest, basically. And that's what she believed in. And like, we get so mad, me and my brothers and sisters, because we were struggling. And it's like, she would put her seed before anything. any bill or anything, food, groceries. We was so mad in that situation. That's another reason why I hated Christianity, because it was like, wow, I feel like it was killing us dry. I feel like it was stealing from us, Christianity. That's another reason why I pulled away from it. And the older I got, I pulled away from it more and pulled away from it more. And to a point where I stopped going to church. And I told you my mom used to force us to go to church half the time. And she finally decided, well, you're old enough, you don't have to go to church, because like my brothers and sisters, they when they got older, she decided not to force them to go, but I still had to go when I was a little girl, and I was so mad. I hated it. I still had to go to church, but they did, and I felt it wasn't fair. But anyways, but when I got older, finally, it was my time where she said she's gonna finally make my own decision on what I want to do, if I want to go to church or not. And honey, I took full advantage of that, honey, because I stopped going to church. And like, I felt bad. She made me feel bad about it though, because like she was telling her friends and stuff like that I wasn't going to church, her little Christian friends, and they was telling me like, you should come back to church and stuff like that. They made me feel discouraged, like, I was sinning or something like that. It wasn't a point that I didn't believe in God. I believed in God. I believed there was a God. I just feel like I didn't have to go to church every Sunday, if I didn't want to. You feel me? Like I feel like we can have church at home, honey. We can do whatever you can do at church. I feel like you can do it at home. I feel you can play your little gospel music. You can read your Bible, honey, and like there's TV preachers. You can listen to a TV preacher, honey, or you can preach to yourself. That's how I was feeling, at that moment. So, but anyways, like I said, God rest her soul. She passed. She had stage 4 cancer, and like I said, I'm glad she passed on Christianity to me before she passed and taught me about it. Because you never know where I would be if my mom wasn't saved and didn't teach me things I know now. But now let's go to the point on why I gave up Christianity. Okay, so, like I said, I'm not atheist, and that don't mean I don't believe in God. I do believe there is a God, but it's facts that I pulled up about Christianity, where it come from, how it was formed, that made me not want to believe. Um, the first thing that I had discovered about it was, I heard a lot of black people were saying that, oh, well, they use Christianity to slave our people and our ancestors. And I was like, that sounds stupid, until I looked into it more. And back in the day when it was preaching and stuff like that, and like soon as they catch the slaves, they made them Christians. They made them get on their knees, and it's like basically they was taking an oath to Christianity, basically. And they made them get on their knees and saying, y'all are Christians now. Like they made them not made them forget about their own spiritual religions. Africans, they was very spiritual. They wasn't Christians, they was spiritual, and they was forced, once they were slaves and brought to America, they was forced into believing in Christianity. And they was forced into believing into this white Jesus, this white God. You get what I'm saying? And they was forced to believe that, that they are our masters and we got to obey them. And they always quote the Bible to us and stuff like that. And our oppressors, I'm going to call them our oppressors, they was sitting on the bottom of the church while the black slaves were sitting on top of the balcony of the church. And, they didn't know how to read and stuff like that or anything. And they was telling us from the Bible, our ancestors from the Bible, that, we got to obey them and stuff like that. Or, you'll be beaten and stuff like that. It was crazy how our people was forced and brainwashed into Christianity. It was sad. And having us believe that Jesus was a white man and, we have a white God and we have to serve and worship this white man, this white image. You feel me? And that's the second thing I'm going to get into is the white image of Jesus. I always believed that image was not real and it was false ever since I was a little girl. Because when I grew up into white images, into Adam and Eve. They had little pictures, those little picture Bibles for children, the children's Bibles. They had everything was white images. Adam and Eve was white. Moses was white. Jesus was white. It was crazy. And in the Bible, I was confused because in the Bible it described a black man. You feel me? And I was like, wow, the description is way different from how they got the image of Jesus now all over the USA. And I mean that image is everywhere. It's on everything. It's in our churches, it's on our windows, it's everywhere. It's rappers they rocking the white Jesus chains, people getting tattoos of this white Jesus. It's crazy. That image went out everywhere that he's white. And clearly in the Bible, it described him as being a black man or a person of color, darker skin. It wasn't described as a European person with blue eyes, with long blonde hair, or with long brown hair. It was described completely different. And I looked into the research on where this white image come from. And I found out that, Catholics embedded Christianity. It came for Catholic people in Rome or whatever. They had made up the religion Christianity. And the white man was based off of Caesar. I can't pronounce his last name. But anyways, it was based off a white man named Caesar. His dad, I think, was a king, and he became a pope. He was a Pope Alexander five, if I'm not mistaken, or four, five or four, Alexander fourth or five. But anyways, Caesar, he was born in September 1475 in Rome. He died later in March 12th, 1507, and he was the age of 31. That's crazy. That's really young. And he was Italian. And, most Italians are Catholic. His father set him up as a prince, territory caved, whatever. In 1503, they employed Leandro, I can't pronounce his name. Excuse my pronouncing. Leandro di Vinci. But anyways, they employed him. He was a military architect. So he did art, he did cravings, he did painting and stuff like that. They employed him to do paintings and stuff. And it turns out that Leandro and Caesar, they were secret lovers. Wow. That's crazy. They were secret lovers, and Leandro was in competition with this other architect, and who can paint Caesar the best. And I guess they went for Leandro, like he painted Caesar the best, and liked his paintings. They was impressed by his paintings. So, and later on, him and Caesar became secret lovers, and that was his way of expressing his love for Caesar, was painting him. And I guess the father was oppressed by it, and the fact that they made Christianity the religion. His father based the painting off of Caesar to be the image of Jesus Christ. Now this is crazy. So yeah, he based his son to be Jesus Christ. People was deceived by this picture to believe that Jesus was European. He was a white man. That's crazy. And also in 1928, they made an agreement to take 14 books out the King James Bible. So, wow. So the Bible, the King James Bible, is not the full books. It don't have all the books inside the Bible. The reason why they took out the books because they found out it was written of the wisdom of Solomon, King Solomon. So they say King Solomon had wrote, I guess, most of the Bible, and they found out that he was the one that wrote it. So they took out 14 pages out the Bible, and they made it into their own description and to how they want things to be, how they want Jesus to look like, It's crazy. It's very crazy. And I find it funny because in Revelation 12:9 it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that was old serpent, for they call the devil has." Oh, let me start all over. Ugh, my handwriting is terrible. Okay, Revelation 12:9, "And the great dragon was cast out, that the old serpent, for called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he cast out into earth, and his angels were cast out with him." So basically, from that verse, I feel like that fit the part so well, because it said in that verse that, Satan is deceiving. He's deceiving people in the whole world and have us believe these images about Jesus, that he was a white man, which he wasn't. So Caesar and his father, they tried to deceive everybody in the whole world and having believe that Jesus was a black. I mean, having people believe that Jesus was a white European man from Europe, from Rome. It's crazy. And so I wrote down, so then people stopped giving interest in the religion and consider it as a white man's book. That's why you hear a lot of black people saying, "Oh, that's the white man's book," because it is the white man's book, because they took the Bible and they twist the Bible how they wanted the Bible to be in their perspective. They wanted to deceive people and have people believe that Jesus was a white man, and they took out pages out the Bible to hide the true identity on who God's people were, the chosen God's people were of Israel, who they really was. And I find that funny because the Bible, it did actually come from Ethiopia. And I guess the Israel people, they got a hold to it, and then the Catholics people in Europe and in Rome, they got a hold to it, and they twist the Bible onto how they feel how it should be, which is crazy because in the Bible it says don't add or don't take it away from the Bible, which that's what they did. It's crazy. Um, but anyways, but the deceiving part, it was planned. It was planned because without a race having biblical connection to consider their spirit spirituality, that they have no identity, would reverse their perspective of self-hate into hating toward others and their skin tone, which is why black on black crime is so high, because they can't look at each other and see they are one, which is also why our people learn to hate themselves and fight each other. So basically what I was saying in that is that the true people of God is black people. And the Europeans, they know this. They know the true people of God was black people. And the fact that the Bible came out of Ethiopia, and Ethiopians, they are black people. They are African black people. Um, they're just a different tribes. They are African black people. Um, they are dark skinned people. And from what the old Bible was describing, there was dark skinned people. They had dark skin. They didn't have no pale skin. They was dark skinned people with woolly hair. And the only people that I can think of that have the same descriptions is black people. We are the only ones that have dark skin and has woolly hair. Well, no, we're not the only race. I'm gonna say Hispanics and other dark skinned races. But let's face it, woolly hair, black people, we are the only race that has woolly type hair. You feel me? We are the only race that has different type of hair in the whole wide world. Now, don't get me wrong. It's some black people with some straight hair. But naturally, black people, we have curly, coursey, kinky hair. And in the Bible, that's how they describe God's people that have curly, kinky, coursey hair and woolly hair. They describe it as woolly in the Bible. And from God's description, um, in the Bible, they said that his feet was burnt like brass, like it was burnt in a furnace. And they said his hairs on his head was white, white like wool, like snow. So his hair was not this long, straight, stringy European hair. It was curly and it was woolly and it was white. It wasn't blonde, it wasn't brown. It was white as snow. And what else they said? His eyes were like fire, flame of fire. So his eyes was not these blue eyes that you see in those images. His eyes was like, they said fire. So I'm thinking the only thing that can compare to fire is hazel. That's the closest thing I can say, are brown, light brown, very light brown eyes or hazel eyes. That's why I can say that's close to the color of fire. It's like a brownish, like a hazel. I'm going to say it's hazel. So his hair was like wool and it was white. His eyes was hazel. His voice was like roar of many waters. So his voice was like, I guess, deep. And it was like very, very deep. And to me, that sounds like a black man. You know that black man off that Arby's commercial? That's like a royal to me. Like his voice is so deep and it's like a royal. That's how I'm going to say God's voice sound like. I'm not saying the person was God in the Arby's commercial, but I'm going to say that his voice was deep like that. The royal sound, of many waters, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's crazy. So that's a big reason why I have left the religion Christianity, because of all those reasons that I just explained to you. That, they lied on the Bible, they lied on the description of Jesus, they took out pages from the Bible. Christianity, it was forced on our people to slave our people. And, all that together, it just like, that's what made me leave the religion Christianity. That's why I left it, because to me, I feel like it's false. You feel me? And also in the Bible, it also says the Israelites, they will be scattered among nations, and they will be serving other gods. And I believe that that's one of the false gods that Jesus, that he was talking about in the Bible, that we will praise, like a fake white Jesus images, all these fake white Jesus images. Because it's crazy. These images is everywhere. And it brainwashed our people into believing Jesus is really white. It's sad because, this image is crazy. It's on movies, it's on CDs, it's on DVDs, it's on t-shirts, it's on keychains, it's on necklaces. Like I said, the rappers, they rocking a white Jesus. Tattoos, people getting tattoos of this false god on them. It's crazy, and it's on them permanently, and they can't get it off. And that's not how our God looked like. Our God was described as a black man with woolly white hair, turquoise eyes, hazel eyes of fire, feet like burnt brass. His arms was like brass. His legs was like brass. That's what I'm saying. How can you not deny that Jesus was not white? It's crazy. It's crazy. How can people deny this? It's in the Bible. And I believe that's why they took out the pages, because they didn't want people to know that Jesus was a black man. And like I said in that passage, that long ass passage that I read, that is causing our people to hate ourselves because of these white images that they brainwashed our people to believe in, that that's the European beauty standard. We are brainwashed by the European beauty standard to a point where we hate ourselves and we feel like our skin color is ugly. And that was their plan, to make us feel that we are not special because our skin tone, and make us feel that our skin tone is not beautiful, that our hair is not beautiful, and that we are beautiful, and black people, we got to learn to love ourselves. We got to learn to come together. because that is their plan. That's the white supremacy plan, is to divide our race and to break us up and make us hate ourselves. That's his plan. That's why you see all these white images. That's their plan, to make us hate our skin, hate our hair, and hate ourselves, and make us go against each other, to brainwash and poison our mind, distract us to see that we are not his people. We are God's people. We are God's chosen people. That's why we are going through these things. That's why there is racism, because they know we are God's chosen people. They know we are. It's sad. It's crazy. But anyways, that's all I got for now on why I gave up the Christianity religion. Um, but yeah, I hope this helps. I'm not trying to make people go against the religion. I'm not trying to bash the religion. I'm not trying to make y'all disbelieve or anything. Like I said, I do believe there is a God, but like I said, I don't believe in the religion Christianity, and I don't believe it's real. Like I said, I'm spiritual. That's why I'm spiritual. Like I said, this is my opinion. If you still want to be a Christian, you can still be a Christian. I'm not trying to pull you out of what you believe in. You feel me? I'm just feel like I have to share this with my people, because I feel like they need to know these things. We need to get more educated and do more research. We do, and on religion and on these things, and why is it so? But anyways, that's, like I said, that's all I got for right now on why I gave up the religion Christianity, and why I'm spiritual. And stay tuned for my next video. I will be talking about the Israelites, the who are the real Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. So that would be in my next video, that I will be talking about the real Israelites and who are they. And after that, I'm going to tell you my next video. After that, I will be discussing black men and black women bashing each other on social media. That'll be my next topic after that one. So thank y'all guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. And thank you. God bless.